Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is NGumah, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I will be breaking down thoroughly the top 2 or 3 stocks that you should be keeping in your watch list for the next few days or so. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, the first stock that I would like to show all of you is this one right here. The stock that I want to talk about is GPS. Yep, and gapincorporation.com. And the pattern that I see in this structure, and we are actually on the right time frame. Okay, the pattern that I see here is this one. Let me grab the right drawing tool and plot this clean ascending triangle. Okay, and the appropriate entry for this specific pattern is right in here. It was, I believe, on Monday, right at the breakout. But the nice thing that I like about this pattern, right, the way it's looking, as you can see, it's breaking out nicely. This pattern is clean, and I have traded this multiple times, and I've shown this in my previous videos. So what I anticipate for this stock to be doing within the next few days is for it to bounce at this point right here, at this level around $14.52 right here and right here. These are the levels of support, and I expect it to bounce all the way back to around $17 to $18 right here, right in this zone. Also, another thing in this video, we're gonna talk about some of the stocks that I've talked about in the previous videos and see exactly how they're doing in my point of view at this point in time. Now, the next stock that you should be keeping in your watch list is this one right here. This one is actually another pattern. I like this one a little bit more than the ascending triangle, and the pattern is on MPC. Yes. This right here is the next pattern that I want to talk about. As you can see, I have talked about this in yesterday's video. Okay, I've talked about this specific pattern. This should be very, very, very obvious to a lot of you who have seen the previous video, okay, and who have seen exactly how that stock is running. The pattern is the same. I see, again, I hope you see it too, I see a reverse head and shoulders once again. All right, and this one looks very, very, very clean. As you can see, there is the left shoulder right there, followed by the head, followed by the right shoulder, and the price target for this stock is almost always up here, right at around $44 to $45, right in this zone. Okay, right up here, and I expect the stock to get there in a few days, hopefully by this Friday, hopefully, or it may take a little longer, okay, by next Friday or the Friday after that. But either way, this pattern is looking very, very good for me to even bring it up in this video. Now, before I move on to the next part of this video, if you got value from this video, destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and also subscribe if you're new. Now, the last new stock that I would like to talk about with all of you is, again, it's for the short sellers. Practice short selling. 2 for the longs, 1 for the short, okay? This one, y'all gonna like it. And the stock is MRNA. Yep, there it is, okay? And as you can see, the stock went from $1, right, on July 21st, from July 21st, all the way up to $5 in literally 2 weeks. And then at the top right there, let me just zoom out so we can get some like perspective. At the top right there, the stock got exhausted. And if you look very, very closely, there is a pattern in here that I talked about in my very, very first YouTube video. And that pattern is called the island gap reversal, which is right here, that group of candle, okay? The island is up here, right? And The design of the island is to trap all of the FOMO buyers, right? And then as soon as the island is done forming, then fear kicks into the heart of the FOMO buyers. Now, again, this right here is an island gap reversal, and it's very, very bearish. And then the next thing on the side of the island gap reversal, right next to it, right adjacent to it, let me remove that big circle and let me draw another one. This candle right there is called a bearish engulfing candle. Bearish, okay? And the stock is looking very, very weak. So I personally, I wouldn't want to be long right there. I really wouldn't. Like, if it opens lower tomorrow morning, the amount of panic would be very dramatic. Like, I can see the stock going all from $3.35 all the way down to like $2 and potentially even like $1 even. Yeah. So if you're long, be very, very careful, okay? And if you're short, and if it opens lower, just a little bit lower, hopefully it doesn't gap down too much, right? Then you'll be able to make some money from it. And if you're new to short selling, then you can practice with a very small amount by buying puts and just seeing exactly like how it is to be a short seller. Now let's discuss some of the plays that I talked about in the past few days. The first play that we're gonna go over again is NGumah, right? NGumah, NKLA. Let me zoom in some more. Now let me go on to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so the pattern that I talked about is right here, which actually played out nicely. This was a beautiful trade. And even if what happened was this, it spiked pre-market, okay? So if you didn't get in the day before, then it kind of felt like you missed some of the move. But what the stock did next was, let me change it to the 5-minute time frame. And then let me zoom in here. What the stock did next is it opened up and then it just faded back down to give a second chance for people who missed the entry from like the day before to get back in on the profit train and to go all the way up back to $45, which was a very good amount of money on those contracts, okay? So the stock did what I thought it would do, which was awesome. Now, the next stock that I want to share with y'all, again, this one was for the short sellers and it's apps. Okay, we're gonna move on to the daily chart. Yes. And in one of my previous videos, I talked about how if the stock opened up lower, then we could see a drastic panic sell right there. But as you can see, the stock opened at the same level. And for short sellers, that's not good. That's not good at all. Like, if you're short, as a short seller, we hope that the next day will get down just a little bit lower so that we can add, okay? But as you can see right there on this chart, if you change it to the 5-minute time frame, it didn't even move anywhere. It stayed at the same level and it immediately started to squeeze shorts. So I don't think this move is over. I think it might continue to just squeeze some shorts all the way up until it starts getting exhausted, and then the short sellers can go back in again for another try. Now the last stock that we're gonna go over, which actually looks a lot better now for the short sellers, is this one right there, PEIX. Yes. Let's move on to the daily time frame. And yeah, this right there looks very, very overextended. And as you can see, the stock went from 75 cents all the way up to $4 in like 3 weeks, okay? And what I want y'all to pay attention to is this candle up here. Now, that is called a doji, and it's a very red doji. And if you look at the bottom of the chart, you can see that there is a massive amount of volume right there. So this, at that point, is really, really critical for the longs and the shorts, okay? If it opens higher, then the shorts will panic again. But if it opens lower, then the FOMO buyers who got trapped right there would be stuck in an abandoned baby pattern. And that's also very, very, very bearish. And if you're not familiar with the abandoned baby pattern, the bearish one, right? Let's go on Google. And if you go on Google and you type bearish abandoned baby pattern, right? This is what I'm talking about. As you can see, there is this white candle. In more chart is green, right? Followed by a doji, and then it opens lower to leave this candle up here, just like that one, and just like this one, and just like that one, okay? And that is really, really, really bearish and very scary for the FOMO buyers. If you're a beginner and you like the way I trade and you like my strategy and you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I left some links down below to show you the specific steps to get started. I also left a link to my favorite day trading book in the comment section below. Hopefully it helps you understand the terms that I use in my videos and my day trading strategy, and also the market as a whole. If you have any questions, definitely put them in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as I can, or I will make another video about it and explain it to you and for everybody else who's watching. If you're new to this channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I do post the patterns that I spot daily, and I do post my entries and my exits on there as well. My name is Paul with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see y'all on the next one. Take care.